What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're doing a couple of things. Well, one, we're trying a different camera angle, so let me know what you think. You may not be able to even tell, but I'm doing a different camera angle, so I got to sit up a little bit higher instead of going like this, because that was just awkward. So I like doing this. It keeps me more engaged. Also, I have another video planned after this one that you guys can vote on in the community if you want to see it. I think it'll be really awesome. It covers a lot of different teams, a lot of different players. I think that one would be pretty cool, so go vote on that in the community. But in today's video, well, I guess not today's video, but in this video, we are going to be looking at 3 realistic trades the Lions could make during draft time, okay? So if you guys can remember my last video, I did 3 crazy trade ideas, and some people are like, well, these don't make any sense at all. That's because they were crazy. They weren't supposed to make a lot of sense. I honestly don't know why I made that video. I had just some weird thought to do it, and I was like, yeah, let's just go for it. But today, I thought I would back it up because I got an idea from that video that we could do realistic ones. So in this video, I also had the teams we're going to be trading with, what we would get in return, and I think this one's going to make a lot more sense. Okay, so let's get it started. I wanted to hold this up. I wanted to see if you guys can see this. I don't know if you can or not. Probably not. Let's get this thing started. 3 realistic trades, and we're going to start it off at number 3, as we always do. These really aren't in any specific order. I don't know how you would order these, but I just put the 3 in a list. So let's start the thing off at number 3 is the Lions trading with the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis Colts currently sit at number 13 in the first round. These are all first round trades, okay? Keep that in mind. I'm not looking past the first one really. Like, we might receive other picks, but we're not doing other rounds. These are all first rounds, and right now the Indianapolis Colts have the 13th pick in the draft. Now, we know Andrew Luck had that crazy retirement, which I don't think anybody was really expecting, and then Jacoby Brissett is now their quarterback, but I don't know if they want him to be their guy, right? They may be looking for someone else. So in this situation, it would be the Indianapolis Colts trading up with the Detroit Lions, who set number 3 for a quarterback, because right now when you look at the draft order, there's a good chance that you're going to be looking at guys like Jordan Love by the time you get at 13. Tua's probably going to be gone. Joe Burrow is obviously going to be gone. You're going to see Justin Herbert probably gone for teams that need him through, 5 through, 11 or 12. You're probably going to see Herbert go somewhere in there. I'm thinking the Chargers, maybe something like that. We'll talk about that more in my next video. But then, by the time you get to the Colts, they may not have an option but to go with Jordan Love. And I don't know if they want Jordan Love. I don't know how much they believe in Jordan Love in the first year. So if they really want a quarterback, it could mean trading up. So say they trade up with the Detroit Lions, they could take any quarterback they want. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of options. I think Tua is probably the most popular one. Justin Herbert would be in there if they wanted to. So they could trade up with the Lions because the Lions would be a potential team to trade up with. Not a lot of teams are going to give up spots. You're probably not going to get the Redskins to move out of their pick without giving up too much. You're definitely not going to get the Bengals to move. You're probably not going to get the Giants to move. So in that case, the Lions would be a really good option for a lot of teams, and that's why we're looking at these. So the Lions could potentially trade back. They sit around 13. I think options for them there would be guys like AJ Epinesa, who I think would make a lot of sense, an edge rusher. That's not bad. Gross Matos could also make sense. I don't know. He may fall a little bit further than that, so you don't want the reach. That could be a reach. Kenneth Murray could also be a little bit of reach here, but he does fill a big need at the linebacker spot. There's not a lot of great linebackers after him that'll go until like the 3rd round. Javon Kinlaw, I think, is kind of a sleeper out of South Carolina, a defensive lineman that could definitely help. Offensive line, and who knows, maybe even Grant Delpit. There's a lot of options. You go back to 13. There's a lot of options because the Lions need help a lot of places defensively, and I don't think you can ever go wrong with offensive line, so that comes in number 3. So now let's hop into number 2, and coming in number 2 is the Lions trading with the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers currently sit at number 7, and this one's actually very popular right now about the Panthers looking to trade up. Now, I guess reportedly they may try to trade up for the first pick and go get Joe Burrow, which if they did, I would be shocked. I don't see that happening. The odds that happens is very, very small. It'd be really hard to trade up to the first pick and take a quarterback away from a team that needs a quarterback. That would be wild. You'd be giving up a lot. So maybe their second option is a trade up with the Detroit Lions. And if they trade up with the Lions, you're most likely going to have Tua Tagovailoa there, and there is your future quarterback. Because Cam Newton, there's a lot of people believing that Cam Newton's going to be gone, which I believe as well. Cam Newton's not going to be there. And then you're kind of in a really sticky situation. You do have Will Grier, but I don't know if they want Will Grier to take over right away. I don't know if they're ready, if Will Grier is ready. I don't know if he's about that life, I guess you could say. So maybe they want to take a quarterback. And if Tua's there, Herbert's going to be there. They'll have those 2 options if they trade it up. And then the Lions, obviously, sitting at 7, they're going to have plenty of options. They're going to have Derek Brown, Jeffrey Okudah, Isaiah Simmons. One of those 3 will most likely be available because if a team's trading up to get a quarterback, the Bengals take a quarterback, Chase Young goes 2. You're most likely going to find at least one of those guys, okay? So I think you could just pretty much take the best available at that point. And not only with the Lions trade, not only the Lions trade back, but they would also receive a Panthers 3rd round pick, which would be in 69, because you got to think they're moving up 4 spots to the 1st round. That's not easy to do. And they would also receive their 6th round pick. Now, I actually forgot to say what the Lions receive on number 3. On number 3, when the Lions trade with the Colts, so when the Colts move up from 13, they're probably going to have to give up a lot. So I say the Lions receive the Colts 2nd round pick at number 34. Just that, just the 2nd round pick. It's a big pick. It's a high pick to give up, but you are moving up 10 spots in the 1st round to number 3. That's going to take a lot of firepower. And if you don't think that's realistic, look it up. A lot of things are given up to move up that high in the draft. And finally, coming in number 1, which I think is probably the most realistic, maybe, is the Lions trading with the Chargers. So the Chargers are in that same situation with quarterbacks, and that's why I wanted to do the quarterback video, because this is all about quarterbacks. I also want to look at free agent quarterbacks to make it maybe make more sense, pull it all together. So in this video, we're talking about realistic trades, and I think the Chargers are a good option here. The Chargers are probably going to lose out on Phillip Rivers, who, he thinks he's played his last game there. We know it was emotional, stuff like that. But then after that, they need to find a quarterback. That's what it comes down to. And there's a good chance they're going to draft one. There's a very good chance they draft one unless they go sign one in free agency, which we could talk about. There's a good chance they're going to draft one. And sitting at number 6, Tua's probably going to be gone because Miami would be ahead of them. Joe Burrow would be gone because Cincinnati's ahead of them. So now you're looking at either Herbert or Love. And if they want Tua, which I know a lot of teams are really interested in Tua, well, then the Lions could trade back with the Chargers. The Chargers can move with number 3, take Tua, and the Lions could take, again, Okudah, Brown, Simmons, whichever one is available. You can kind of make your decision there. At 6, maybe 2 of the 3 could actually be available. The Lions would also receive their 3rd round pick and their 7th round pick. That would be that trade. The Chargers, then maybe if they don't believe in Tua right away that he's 100% healthy, could go get a veteran quarterback to kind of take over while you're getting Tua to rest for a year. I don't know. He said he's going to be good by April and he's going to be ready to play, so we'll see what happens. But those are 3 realistic trades I think the Lions could make in the 1st round. I think the other ones are kind of wild. I think those ones are realistic. They all really involve quarterbacks, but why wouldn't they? I mean, that's kind of what everything is talked about. Quarterbacks are so important in the game, so that's what we're going to talk about a lot. So again, let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see my video with the free agent quarterbacks. I think we could do that and it'd be super fun. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.